When I bought my countryside home, I knew I was signing up for peace and privacy, not HOA drama. But I hadn't counted on Karen, our HOA president, who acted like she ran a kingdom rather than a neighborhood. The tension started when she demanded I beautify my natural pond to match her vision of a curated, ornamental lake. I politely refused. That didn't sit well with her. Weeks passed and things got weird. First, I found surveyor flags around my pond. Then I got a notice claiming my pond was common property and would be repurposed for neighborhood events. I laughed, thinking it was another bluff. But then came the flyer. HOA Spring Gala, auction by the pond. That's when I lost it. I checked with the county records, and sure enough, the pond was 100% on my private property. Karen had no right, but she was too busy planning her prestigious community auction to care. Invitations went out, catering was booked, and people were preparing for an elegant afternoon by my pond. So I came up with a plan. 3 days before the event, I drained the pond completely. I rented a pump and redirected the water into irrigation barrels. What was left behind? A massive, squishy, knee-deep pit of mud. The morning of the gala, I watched as Karen and her guests, all dressed to the nines, strutted toward the pond area. I had posted a clear sign, private property. Enter at your own risk. But of course, Karen ignored it. She waltzed straight into the mud pit in her high heels, carrying a clipboard with auction items and a smug smile. Within seconds, she sank in, screaming, flailing. Her perfect hair stuck to her face as the muck claimed her dress. Some guests tried to help, only to slip in after her. The elegant party turned into a full-blown disaster. A woman lost her shoe. Someone's tux got ruined. And Karen? She stood in the center of it all, waist-deep in sludge, absolutely livid. Why would you do this? She shouted at me from the pit. I smiled and raised a lemonade in her direction from my porch. You tried to sell my pond, I said calmly. I figured I'd give you full ownership of what's left. Word spread fast. Some people laughed, others were furious, but Karen? She didn't speak to me again. Now the pond's peaceful again, and Karen's HOA auction days are over.